And we did, in fact, today get a zing from the king, Richard Petty, talking about Danica Patrick. He was at the Canadian Motorsports Expo, and he was asked when she will go to victory lane in a sprint cup race. He said only if everyone else stays home. He went on to say if she'd have been a male, nobody would ever known she showed up at a racetrack.
You could see it. I mean, she's got talent.
It'll be fun to watch her. She's gotten better and better.
Do not count her out.
What does it mean to have girls like me and just anybody look up to you?
It's a huge honor, and it's something that I don't take for granted. I'm not going to do things to take away from it. I want to continue to be a good role model.
Well, it's 10:30, another six-pack in. I can feel the rumble.
You're the only girl in the Cup Series. Do you feel like there's a bullseye on you? Like, I don't like being pinpointed for being a girl and racing.
No, I think that being new and different, but more than anything, just being a rookie, you got to get racing with them before you can earn their respect. But I think that that goes for girls or guys or anything. Now, do they like to get beat by girls? I don't know, probably not. But as drivers, we don't like to get beat by anybody.
The first woman driver to lead a lap under green in NASCAR's Sprint Cup Series.
When you look at the notable endorsements from Coca-Cola to GoDaddy, to Nationwide Insurance, to Hot Wheels, to Peak Antifreeze, the list goes on and on. The woman made over $13 million last year. You haven't done much to earn it in terms of accomplishment.
Yep.
I'm not hating on her. You know something? You're a woman. Obviously, we don't see women competing in this sport often. She's accomplished a great deal. Her Q score is a 76. The average in NASCAR is 48. All right, for all average, and retired race car drivers.
And
she
that's
has
my
76.
question to you. What does this
She's
mean?
bringing eyeballs
to the sport.
Yeah. Which means she's worthy of the money that she's getting.
Exactly.
She was dealing. Oh, the change of pace. Let's start changing the eye angle. Monet. Oh, yes. Man, that's some sweet motion. Davis goes the whole way. 6 strikeouts. Pennsylvania. Not a long road trip for them. They're heading to Williamsport. And again, coverage begins Thursday on the ESPN Family of Networks.
Dear United States of America, I am 13 years old. This summer was the best summer of my young life. Out of this whole journey, the best part was having my family behind me, supporting me through everything I did. I have a passion for sports. Every day of the week, I'm playing soccer, basketball, or baseball. I stand for girls who want to play sports with the boys and to be a role model for people, young and old. I throw 70 miles per hour. That's throwing like a girl. Sincerely, your daughter, Monet Davis.
Hi, I have received...
In a letter to Dick's, which her dad posted online, she writes, "It's hard enough for girls to break through in this sport as it is, without you guys excluding us from your catalog." Adding, "Oh wait, sorry, there is a girl on page 6 sitting in the stands." After her letter went viral, a public apology from the company's CEO acknowledging what he called an obvious mistake. Quote, "We clearly messed up, and I can personally guarantee that next year's basketball catalog will prominently feature female athletes, as it should have this year."
She was a good companion, eyes like the Grand Canyon. She was an American beauty. She was a long goodbye. She was the best I lived by. She was an American beauty. With her wafers on in the summer sun, her touch felt like a loaded gun. Wish I had held her long. Wish I had held her long.
I'm Michael Sam. I'm a football player and I'm gay.
The first openly gay NFL player, Michael Sam, celebrated getting drafted by the St. Louis Rams by kissing his boyfriend live on ESPN. Miami Dolphins Don Jones tweeted, "Oh my God, horrible." And you're applauding, but the NFL fined and suspended him until he undergoes educational training.
They're just demons, demons, wishing they were free like me. We're the fire from the sun. We're the light when the day is done. We are the brave, the chosen ones. We're the diamonds, diamonds, rising up out the dust. Rising up out the dust. Oh, rising up out the dust. Rising up out the dust. All your curses will surrender.
How is he fitting in with his Rams teammates so far?
Well, Jay, defensive tackle Kendall Langford said that Michael Sam is simply just one of the guys, and he seems to be taking a rookie approach in terms of just listening and learning at his own pace. He said that you can tell he's just trying to feel his way through and perhaps see what guys he can relate to. But another Rams defensive player told me that, quote, Sam is respecting our space, and that from his perspective, he seems to think that Michael Sam is waiting to kind of take a shower as not to make his teammates feel uncomfortable, while Langford and linebacker Alec Ogletree told me that they didn't know that specifically and also weren't tracking that. Now, while Langford told me, listen, I have not been in the shower at the same time as Michael Sam, he said that there definitely could be a million reasons as to why that is. He said he could be doing extra work on the practice field, he could be riding his bike, he could be doing extra cardio. But overall, Langford said he seems to be adjusting to the life in the NFL and the speed of the game, adding this quote, "If he doesn't make our team, I'm pretty sure somebody will definitely pick him up on another team. he has shown some flashes.
Here's what he had to say, talking about Tony Dungy. He says, I wouldn't have taken him, not because I don't believe Michael Sam should have a chance to play, but I wouldn't want to deal with all of it. It's not going to be totally smooth. Things will happen. Of course, the Rams taking Michael Sam in the 7th round of the NFL draft.
Do you think now that the reason why you are not with a team is because you weren't good enough to play or because you are gay?
I don't like to think that way, but I do believe I'm a very talented football player, and I'm going to continue on working hard and trying to get that opportunity to play in the league.
And here's what Brittany Griner said to USA Today. My parents didn't know at the time. I hadn't come out completely. It was kind of like, I just hadn't said it. My dad and my mom have always told me, be who you are. At the time, and she was laughing as she said this, they probably weren't sure what I was interpreting that as, end quote.
Everywhere I'm turning, nothing seems complete. I stand up and I'm searching for the better part of me.
As you talked about, you've obviously been through a lot, which inspired you to write the book and get your message out. Just this morning, we had UMass guard Derek Gordon, a sophomore, become the first openly gay Division I men's basketball player, following in the footsteps, as he put it, of Jason Collins in the NBA. Like, what do you think he's feeling right now, having made this announcement, and what's your reaction to the progress that's being made?
Well, I mean, I don't know him personally, but just looking at his story and hear him talk, I can definitely tell that he's definitely happy. He's definitely a strong man, young man, to do that, especially in college. I definitely commend him, and the way he looks up to Jason Collins, that's how I'm trying to be for younger girls. I want to be that role model where they can look up and see she's comfortable in her skin and she's doing it.
For better days to come.
Dr. V's story starts out innocent enough. The story of a revolutionary putter. 0G and a huge sweet spot that can make any amateur seem like a pro. And it was designed by a woman. Grantland sent a reporter out to investigate. The article that follows was praised as a triumph of journalism until one little paragraph at the bottom of the page, a few sentences really. Dr. V had committed suicide. Why would someone seemingly on the verge of success kill themselves? Well, during the course of the investigation for the article, it was revealed that Dr. V's credentials weren't what she said they were. No degree from MIT, no government engineering job, and, oh yeah, Dr. V used to be a man. Dr. V had tried to kill herself before, but, her friends said, the timing of this final success is curious, isn't it? What was once a triumph of journalism was being ripped to shreds. Insensitive, people cried. Downright cruel, others said, to out someone without their consent. In death, Dr. V has become one of the biggest advocates for trans people in sports. You might not have heard of Dr. V, but Bill Simmons has now. Writers and editors at ESPN and Deadspin have. The issue can no longer be ignored. Dr. V and her magic putter brought the subject of trans people in sport to the forefront of sport editors' minds. They were forced to learn from Grantland's mistakes in hopes that such a tragedy will never occur again.
A little bit of pop and lock. Booyah!